Hello everyone. Welcome to Exploring with Cindy and Dan. Today we're in Port Cañaveral in the state of Florida on our awesome cruise, the Allure of the Seas. It's an Oasis-class ship operated by Royal Caribbean, and this cruise is a 4-night Bahamas and Perfect day at Coco Kay. We will do a series of a full narrated tour of the ship deck by deck, and we'll give you some information and tips on embarkation, disembarkation, a safety drill, the Royal Caribbean app, and ports of calls, and what is free and included in our cruise. And we won't forget the cruising ducks and many more things to do and see on the Allure of the Seas. So please join us in this amazing adventure.
We flew from Oregon to Florida 3 days before our cruise because it is always better to give yourself some extra time before going on a cruise, just in case your flight gets delayed or the weather changes, or just to be safe and have some peace of mind. We always advise everybody who is going on a cruise to at least get to the cruise port a day before your cruise. There is always something fun and exciting to do before cruise day. We went to Disney Animal Kingdom and SeaWorld, and we had a great time. Our cruise is a 4-night Bahamas and Perfect day at Coco Kay from December 4th to December 8th, 2023, with the ports of calls of Nassau in Bahamas and 1 day at Perfect day at Coco Kay. We've never been a Perfect day, and it was amazing. I would suggest that if you do a Caribbean cruise with Royal Caribbean and you like to have fun, suntan, go to the beach, snorkel, or just relax by the ocean, you definitely need to make sure your cruise goes to Perfect day at Coco Kay, because it was really a perfect day for us. We will do a video of just Perfect day at Coco Kay and another one of Nassau, Bahamas, with lots of information, tips, and what to do while in these places, so stay tuned for these future videos. We took an Uber from Orlando area to Port Cañaveral on the day of our cruise at around 8:30 a.m. and it cost approximately $68. It usually runs between $65 to $100 depending when you book or pre-book your Uber or Lyft. But if you are parking at the port, the parking rate is $17 per day plus tax for vehicles and RVs, including the day of arrival and the day of departure. We talked to some passengers, and some of them use GoPort. It is a bus transportation from MCO to the port and from the port to MCO, and they told us that they pay around $30 per person. The cruise ship also have transportation to the port. Just talk to your cruise advisor. We are boarding Allure of the Seas on Monday, December 4th, and it happens to be my dad's birthday. My mom and my dad are on this cruise with us, and we're so happy to be with them. This is our first time on Allure of the Seas, but we had cruised a couple of times with Oasis of the Seas, Rhapsody, and Radiance of the Seas, and we really like Royal Caribbean. Remember to check in as early as Royal Caribbean lets you do that, which is around 45 days prior the cruise, and especially select your arrival time so you will be one of the first ones boarding the ship. But if you want, you can always pick a later time of arrival. Everything is up to you and your family. We chose the 10:30 a.m. arrival time because they always let you in earlier than that. At around 9:50 a.m., we were entering the building, and by 10:15, we were already inside the ship, heading towards the Windjammer buffet to sit, relax, and take in the views while waiting for them to open the buffet area. Also, remember that before you head inside, leave your luggage with the porters just right at the entrance of the terminal, and they will make sure they are safely loaded onto the ship so you don't have to worry about your luggage. And you might want to give them a tip. It is always nice to show appreciation for the people who help you. Don't forget to place your luggage tags that Royal Caribbean provides you at the time of check-in. They issue luggage tags specific for you and your family with the name of the ship, sailing date, stateroom number, and deck number, and it also provides you with information on how to use these luggage tags. On the day of your cruise, you just attached one of these luggage tags on your luggage and you are all set. If you forget to bring the tags with you, They will provide you with some tags at the entrance of the building so you don't have to worry about them. Before departing, you have to do a safety briefing. Royal Caribbean lets you complete your mandatory guest safety briefing in your app on boarding day after 8 a.m. So now we are heading to Studio B, where our assembly station was located. On your app, just tap on the word safety, and you can watch the life jacket instruction video and listen to the emergency horn sound. And then when you're done, you have to stop by your assembly station and check in with crew members before your ship sails, so you will know exactly where you have to go in case of emergency. Your assembly station is usually on deck 4 or deck 5. You can find your assembly station number behind your cabin door or on your app. This whole process was so easy and fast. We are heading to our cabins. We chose an interior cabin with a Central Park view, and my parents' cabin were next to us. We were on deck 9, rooms 603 and 605, and they were great. You can access these cabins from the aft elevators of the ship. Your C-Pass card is your room key, and you will find them on your door on embarkation day. And you will need this C-Pass to purchase anything on your cruise and to get off and on the ship. Your luggages will start arriving at your door after 3 p.m. and the rooms are ready at 1 p.m. This is our cabin. We paid around $552 per person for this cabin. Depending on the day you book your cruise, you might have different type of discount, or if you are a regular cruiser with Royal Caribbean and you're a Crown and Anchor Society family member, which is their loyalty program, you might receive an extra discount per person just like we did. Or if you are a senior, you will also receive extra discount. Sometimes Royal Caribbean has a 30% discount or holiday discounts. Just check the website to see what they offer. For example, right now, on December 2023, they have a discount up to $650 off depending on the destination and cabin you book, plus 30% off of all cruises. And kids sell for free for a third guest in the cabin, who are 12 years old and younger, on specific destinations and dates. At the time of booking, you can choose your cabins, and also you can pick your room or let them pick your room for a discounted price. But sometimes you could get a room that you don't really like, so we usually pick our own rooms. Allure of the Seas has interior rooms, ocean view rooms, balconies, and suites. Prices changes every month. The closer you get to the cruise, the more expensive it is, and sometimes you cannot find the cabins that you are looking for because they're all booked. So I suggest you to book your cruise in advance between 6 months to 1 year in advance, so you can get a better price for your cruise and you can pick the cabin that you want. The safe is big enough for all your valuables. The hairdryer is on the first drawer of your desk, and you can also find your tissue paper. The refrigerator is next to the drawers, and if you want some ice, you can talk to your stateroom attendant. And as you can see, this cabin is pretty spacious. Many of the staterooms are wheelchair accessible and also service dog friendly. This is the bathroom. It is nice, but the sink was pretty low, even for me. The shower only offers hair and body wash, 2 in 1. So if you are like me, I would suggest you to bring your own shampoo and conditioner. What we really like from Royal Caribbean's bathroom is the shower doors. Some ships have shower curtains, and we are really not a fan of shower curtains. There is enough space for your personal things on these cabinets, and you will find more cabinets underneath the sink. My parents' cabin was exactly the same as ours, but they like their beds separated because they both use CPAP machines and it is more comfortable that way. If you use CPAP machines, you can ask your stateroom attendant for an extension cord and distilled water. Or you can do that in the Royal Caribbean app as well. Before you come to your cruise, you can choose to have your bed together as a queen-size bed or two twin beds, or you can do that also on the app. At the time of our booking, the prices for an interior cabin started at $577 for interior for the first and second person in the cabin, and for the third and fourth person, it will be always less expensive. You can choose a connecting interior cabin if you are traveling with family or children. As I said before, we chose Central Park View interior cabin. And they also offer Promenade View interior, which was around $695 for the first and second person. Then you have Ocean View for $680 for the first and second person. The Boardwalk View balcony and the Central Park balcony started at $725 for the first and second person, and the Ocean View balcony was around $879. They also offered connecting Ocean View balconies for $30 more per person, and the best balcony is the Ocean View balcony with large balcony, which was a little over $1,000 per person. And the best cabins on the ship are the Junior Suite, around $1,600 per person, and the Crown Loft Suite, which is a large two-story suite with panoramic views and extra guest bathrooms on the main level, and Sky-class amenities for around $2,670 per person. This is the only plug in the cabin for your cell phones or laptop. But we found that underneath the desk there was one more American plug and one European plug. But the nightstands did not have any kind of plugs or cell phone charger, like newer ships. So if you need more plugs, make sure to bring an adapter that can charge multiple devices. The TV was a small TV, but good enough to watch movies or anything you want. It had multiple channels like news, National Geographic, shore excursion, shopping ashore, the cruise compass, which is the daily activity planner. Royal Caribbean used to have a paper cruise compass, but after pandemic they started to go green and doesn't offer it anymore. So now you can see your cruise compass on the app. But my parents, who are 77 and 83, they'd rather have paper cruise compass. So we requested paper ones for every day of the cruise to our stateroom attendant, and we receive them every night. You will meet your stateroom attendant on the embarkation day, and you can ask him or her if you want more pillows or an extra blanket or ice in your refrigerator, or you can just get to know him or her and say hi. In Royal Caribbean, the stateroom attendant will clean your room once a day in the mornings from 8:30 to 1 p.m. If they see you leaving, they will clean your room. But if you are not ready, they will come back so you don't have to worry about it. Here in Royal Caribbean, room service is free, but the tips are not included. If you need anything, they will get it for you, and they will make your cruise more comfortable. For example, we asked for an extra padding for our bed because the bed was too hard for us, and we also asked for new batteries because our remote control was not working. At the end of the cruise, they will leave an envelope for extra tip for any crew member who went above and beyond for you. And as I said before, it is always nice and helpful to leave a tip if you want to. Their jobs are very hard, and we think they do a great job making our cruise so much comfortable and fun. It is really not mandatory to leave extra tip because we are already paying $18 per person per day for gratuities, which this will be for our stateroom attendant and the main dining crew or the buffet crew. We usually cruise with Princess Cruise Line, but we've cruised in the past with Royal Caribbean, Costa Cruise Line, Norwegian Cruise Line, Disney Cruise, and Carnival. And Allure of the Seas was absolutely great. We did feel welcome and right at home. The service was excellent, and we always encountered friendly crew members to talk to. Now we are ready for the sail away party. We set sail at around 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon on Monday, December 4th. The sail away party is always very loud and fun, and you don't want to miss it. Deck 15 or Deck 16 are great decks to watch the sail away and our ship leaving Port Cañaveral. Allure of the Seas is an Oasis-class favorite. Its inaugural day was on December of 2010, and it holds 5,484 passengers at double occupancy and 6,780 maximum. As of 2019, the Allure of the Seas had a capacity of 2,200 crew members. The ship has 18 decks with 19 restaurants and 13 bars, and we will show you all these decks and more on our video series of the Allure of the Seas. As soon as you board, place your phone on airplane mode and connect to the free Wi-Fi internet of the ship so you can use your app. The Royal Caribbean app has improved so much since pre-pandemic, and you can do almost anything with the app, like reserving your shows, buying your Boom internet package, reviewing your account, and many more things. You will also need the app for the pre-booked shows for the Aqua Theater or the Amber Theater or Studio B Blazer show. And you can do many more things with the app, which once again is free for all passengers. If you need the internet, you can buy it while on the ship, but I recommend you to buy it in advance before getting to the ship. The internet package for one device was $20.99, and I believe in the ship it was $27.99. So you do save money if you buy it in advance. And we pay $155 for 3 devices. The internet was pretty fast compared to other ships, and this internet was powered by Starlink. The Royal Caribbean app will help you locate in the restaurants, venues, bars, swimming pools, and anything you need in the cruise. It was pretty handy for us. You could see all the activities of any of the days of the cruise and plan your days in advance so you won't miss anything. When we were at Perfect Day at Coco Kay, the app showed us a full map and all the activities in the island, and the Wi-Fi worked in the island as well. This is the end of the first video of our series of the Allure of the Seas. Thank you for watching it, and please consider supporting us by subscribing to our channel with the notification bell on so you'll know when we have our next video of the Allure of the Seas with a full narrated tour of the ship deck by deck, ports of calls, and many more tips and information for you. Thank you so much.